now we're live, so if you want to say g'day.
Hi everybody, so happy to be here. Thank you for having us, Bianca.
So you are?
I'm Souzi D. Wilson, and this is Slinky Steve Wilson from...
Did you say Sleeky Steve?
Slinky Steve.
Oh, is that? Oh, let me write that down. What I need to call you, Slinky.
You don't have to call him Slinky.
No, what are you? Who are you?
I'm Souzi D. Wilson. You can just call me Souzi.
Oh, you don't have a name like you? No. Like Mr. Slinky?
No, I do that with all the guys in the band.
They've all got names, like their little nicknames.
Tim Basilicious Bowen, Luscious Larry Todd.
Is that Tim Seeley?
No, Tim Bowen. Yeah,
oh,
different.
Yeah.
Medicine James Muller.
James Muller.
So we'll go through all the band members when we have a chat.
Sure.
We'll give them all a shout out, and then we'll talk about your Fringe show.
Yeah.
So for now, what we'll do, we'll start with your live performance anytime you're ready, and I'll do a fade down.
Yep. Just put my glasses down. Okay. And I'll just start?
Yeah, anytime you're ready.
All right.
You just start.
Is the other music going to stop? Is the other music going to stop?
I'm going to, I'll fade that down.
All right.
No worries.
All good. I am somebody. I am somebody. My heart beats inside me, and I know that it guides me to where I belong. I am somebody. I am somebody. And I know there's a reason, like a blossom in season, for why I stand here now. The thoughts creep in, and I feel some doubt leads my mind to some crazy stuff. I think I'm not smart enough and not good enough, and it makes me wanna cry out. I am somebody. I am somebody. I am one of a kind, a treasure divine. I am here for love. I am here for love.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Souzi Wilson in the studio with Steve. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you so much for having us. We're so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's lovely to have you here. Now, let me just I just want to make sure I can see you.
Yes.
Through, if you just want to move over that way, just a fraction and face try and a little bit,
Fantastic.
just so we can see you. Awesome. So tell us about that song first.
So that's, I'm giving away a little bit about the song. It's kind of the introduction to the show. I wrote that song specifically for the show, so I'm going to go back a bit further from the original about how the whole thing came about, and I'm plugging the CD at this point because I wrote this CD of original tunes, which I need to show over here.
Yes.
We're going to be giving some away later.
A bit closer.
Or closer.
Perfect.
There we go. Oh, a bit shiny there. There we go. So I wrote this back in 2012 with the guys in the band, and it's all original tunes. And at very, very much each one is a song with a message, and very passionately written and deeply written. And I thought, I'll just string some banter together and do this show, and make a show of it, like a cabaret show. Yeah. And a friend of mine, John Glenn, I'm name dropping now, who's used to be the producer for the Adelaide Cabaret Festival for quite a few years. He's now at QPAC in Queensland, good friend of ours. And he said, well, you can obviously write songs, why don't you write a show and write some songs to go with it? I was like, okay then. So that's where the journey to the show began. And that was back, so I really started writing the show, maybe 2013 was really when it began, just starting to form the story. And the show, which I should have the post-op of that, this is the show that's coming up for the Fringe.
Yes.
It's called Good Girl, Bad Girl. It's 2 nights only at Nexus Cabaret in the Line Arts Centre is. What else do I need to tell you about that?
It's a great location.
It is a great location. I scouted around for a venue, and when I went in there, I thought, this has got everything I want.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted cabaret seating, but I'm not sure that we can have that now. It's over it. But I needed a good space. There's not, I wanted a stage, but not too high. It's nice to be able to connect with the audience.
That's true. I do like that about Nexus.
Me too.
It's quite intimate.
Yes.
The stage, the size of it, the capacity of how many people fits.
Exactly. Except at the moment we can only have 50%.
Yes. So how many people will that be roughly?
Maximum is 90. So yeah.
That's still pretty good.
Oh no, it'd be lovely, but it's just financially it would be nice to have more.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes.
We all understand that.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I was going to do this for the Cabaret Fringe last June, but then COVID happened.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was perfect because every time something has happened and I've not been able to do it when I want to do it, or each thing's happened's actually allowed, I've brought more to the script, or I've changed something, I've tweaked it, and in this case I wrote a whole new ending song. So that I'm so glad, because this one I'm really excited about. We won't be singing it today, but you will. The song I was telling you about playing on the CD today, I'm a Woman, that was the original ending.
Okay.
So when people hear that later, just know that the new song is even better than that one, and I'm proud of that one.
So that song that you just sang, what's it called?
That's called I Am Somebody.
Yeah. And you wrote that about...
I wrote that for the show, yes.
That
was, it was basically, my parents actually, I found out in my teens that my parents wanted to have me aborted. And they were just very practical people. They'd already had 6 children, and I found out this fact, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I felt really loved growing up. But there was a part of me that was, I think it still left a little mark on me.
Understandable.
And but I'm also, I really want to point out quite strongly here, I'm not anti-abortion. It's not a song about anti-abortion. It's a song about that I am somebody, and I think a lot of people can relate to that song in many different ways. It's, I guess we all have that spark, that we're here for a reason. That's what I believe. And I think it just speaks of that, the end is I'm one of a kind, I'm a treasure divine, and we all are.
Yeah. I was going to quote that part there, that hit me when I was sort of listening to it, and I was like, wow. I love this sort of that self-love and lifting oneself up, because that's what everyone really needs to do. I think people are scared of it. They think it's an ego thing, or it can't be too cocky, but it's not cocky at all. It's a healthy ego. It's a healthy self-love that we need, because then we can offer, our best selves in the world, and it affects others positively. It's in a positive, balanced way. 100%.
If you love yourself, you don't do the ego stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That all goes away, because you don't need to prove anything. You have that self-love. Yeah. So you were right. Without knowing any of the story, that's the essence of what the song is. Yeah. And
so the show, what's the show? Tell us a bit more about sort of what inspired this show and the meaning behind it.
So the show, it's a one-woman show, but with a 4-piece band. Pretty much my regular band back backing me. It's all original music.
Yes.
It's written for the show. So the music is obviously influenced by all the stuff I've been doing for the last 20-something years. So it's jazzy, it's a bit rhythm and bluesy, but there's a folk tune in there because I talk about my migration of my parents to Australia. So there's a song that's got a little bit of a folky feel. There's something in it that's a little bit Middle Eastern-y even. There's one tune I do, so I do add some different flavours in there, but that's the background of what I sing. So yeah.
And also your background, you know, your parents were born in Macedonia.
Yes, that's correct.
And so, you know, we find that there's a lot of influences with music, whether it's Greek, Macedonian, Turkish, all that region, that they're quite similar. Well, not really. I mean, they're different, but you can hear the influences. That's what I'm trying to say. You say Middle Eastern too. Some Middle Eastern music has certain instruments in it that are similar to the Turkish, Greek, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so it's like just a flavour of that is one of the particular songs that is,
Nice.
So I feel proud of that, of having lots of, I think, interesting and different kinds of songs in there. Yeah.
Nice.
And the show, I guess the show is really, it's my story of growing up, the daughter of Greek Macedonian parents, and kind of overcoming the cultural taboos in order to do what I wanted to do. And then discovering it's not just my cultural taboos, it's universal. There's just certain particularly expectations of women and how we're expected to be. You're either a good girl or you're a bad girl.
That's true.
You can't be one or and we're all both.
Oh, hallelujah.
And everything in between.
We're human beings, yes. Look, I totally hear you, I totally get you. You know, I was brought up sort of the way, and I have failed. I will say that before I go any further. I'm not claiming to be a saint or an angel, because definitely not that. But, you know, my mum always said, even, you know, a woman's reputation, her mum told her, so my grandmother told my mum, that a woman's reputation is written on her forehead and a man's reputation is written under the sole of his shoe. So a man can basically do anything, everything. We're talking more about sort of when you're young and guys hooking up with girls, hooking up with guys, that sort of thing. You know, it was like on that topic, that the guys can do whatever they want and the girl is just one man, marriage, that's it, be good girl, that's it. Yeah, just kiss one boy.
Well, I used to say it in the show. His uncle always said, "Good girl, quiet girl, that's the best." That's
and also,
said. You have to be quiet. You've got to be good, and that's the best. That's not the best.
That's right. And it wasn't only about that topic. It was also about, because you just reminded me then when you said it, like not to answer back and that sort of thing. I remember my mum's mum even saying to her, you know, do all your vacuuming and washing and everything before the husband gets home, and make sure you're dressed nice. Sorry, just make sure you're dressed nice and you're clean and you look nice, you got your makeup on, and you keep a calm home for him. So he's going to come home from work maybe a bit stressed, so you got to, don't argue. If he's in a bad mood, just don't fight back, just make everything beautiful and calm. You're nodding.
Exactly
it's nice,
like
isn't it?
House, Except I'm the one doing the vacuuming.
I mean, what a beautiful thing. I mean, how awesome that she said that. But is that practical? Like, the woman's a human too. Maybe she doesn't feel so good all the time. But I understand it. But that's what my mum sort of did with my dad. You know, everything that he wanted. And so I get the good girl, bad girl. You know, stick by the rules sort of thing. But that stopped at my generation of women. And not in a bad way, not putting us down, but just adjustments, that's all.
Oh yeah, I think because I know you talked about your mother saying that she used to put a lipstick on ready for when, and Steve's a New Zealander, and she would put a lip
makeup on before Dad got home.
Yeah. So that's she was English, but our culture, I think there's a lot of other undercurrents of stuff in our culture that maybe other people might not be aware of, but I thought it was all that, you know, I really thought that's what was really holding me back. And so to kind of discover, there's lots of other stuff that's just in here. Right. It's not even out there.
Oh, so you were putting pressure on yourself?
Yeah.
Do you think? How you interpreted their rules, maybe you took it a bit...
No, their rules were pretty clear, and I certainly didn't do all of those, but there were societal rules as well, just about women in general, not just Greek Macedonian women, but like Steve's mother was a different generation to us. But you know, I went to, there's a point I talk about in the show where I started doing personal development, spiritual development, and we were going to meetings once a week with this group of women, and like, we're women on purpose, you know, and yet we were struggling with coming to the meetings without making sure the dinner was on the table.
Yeah.
And this wasn't coming from Steve, this was my stuff. And I was shocked to discover that about myself. I thought I was like this modern, confident woman, and then I went, oh, I've got that going on myself. I feel like I've got to do this before I go, which is nuts. And it was definitely not coming from him. And there were other women who would have had more of that going on as well, who, it's just, it is that just good wife, good girl. What does society set us up for in us? How does that look, I guess,
And it's good to do all those things, and there's nothing wrong with it, like looking after the husband or preparing the food, like that's great, and why not do it? And why not sometimes the man do it if he wants to, you know, it's all just about ease.
Oh, yeah, I actually like doing cooking, so I do most of the cooking, but it was about, like if I had said, I've got to go to a meeting, take care of yourself, Steve would have gone, yeah, whatever. But it was like this challenge for me to discover that I had that ingrained. It was like this 50s house my story had gotten in here. You know, I grew up watching Hollywood, you know, 50s Hollywood movies, and you know what the women were like in that, and just all those impressions that were made on me as a child had stuck pretty hard in there. And it shocked me to discover this, because I thought I wasn't that.
I'll just share a very quick story. When I first got married, I had gone out with my mother and father, and we drove up, and where the ironing room was, the window was open, and my husband was ironing his shirt. And my dad saw that, and he said, Bianca, I never want to see that again. Why is Peter ironing his shirt? And he was upset with me that I allowed that. I said, but he's travelled for work for like a decade. He always ironed his shirts. He actually likes ironing his shirts because he likes to do it a certain way, like on the sleeve. He doesn't like the crease, and I've ironed shirts for him. But he actually enjoys it. He watches the footy and irons. That's his thing. I said, he likes it. He said, I don't care. I want you to iron them. Don't let Peter iron. I said, Dad, you know, it's whatever Peter wants. This is just saying that it was still around, like with our generation. It's not like years gone by and generations back. It's still alive now.
Yeah, absolutely. There are women that still think that's their job. But that's funny, because I never. He's looking at me, so I never ironed Steve's shirts ever.
And neither do I.
But my mother didn't do much ironing either, to be honest. She used to put it all in a washing basket and ironed it as you used to. So I guess maybe that's why. But
what about when we went over to the village?
But in the village.
If you can just come a bit closer to the mic,
sure.
Just so they can hear what you say.
We went over to the village in northern Greece near Florida in 1988. And I remember once there was some people from the village at the house, and we had a cup of coffee, and when I finished the coffee I picked my cup up and took it to the sink, and the guy looked at me like I was some sort of weirdo. And I'm thinking, well, you know, I just had the cup of coffee, surely I could carry it over there. And I remember your father said, oh well, they both work, so you know, they both share the carrying of the coffee cups. It was just kind of set your watches about 400 years. You know?
But you had to sort of explain that visual, that scenario.
Yeah, it was 1988, so it was
pre-internet.
But still, it was a shock to us to see, wow, we've come a long way, you know, from there. But still, we've still got, you know, I think, is that me feeding back at you?
That's not me.
Yeah, I can hear something. Can we just put the volume down on it? Is it the amp? No? That's okay. It was only mild anyway, whatever it was. It was just sounded like the amp was up, the volume. That's okay. So if you could just give us the dates of the show.
Oh, sure.
Good Girl, Bad Girl, it's called.
Good Girl, Bad Girl. It's, I'll hold it up again.
Yeah, sure.
It's March the 13th. Oops, have I got that close enough? 13th and the 20th. So both Saturday nights, 8 o'clock at night. And if you just go on the Fringe website, you can find all the details for ticketing and all those details. I can leave that.
Thank you. I can put that up here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nexus Arts, 8 p.m. So concession is 35.
Oh, prices are on there. I didn't realise that.
Adult 39.
I didn't have my glasses on. Thank you. Yeah, that's
Excellent.
good. Yeah.
So have you got one last song for us today?
We do. We have this tune. This is also in the show, and it's called Emancipated Woman, and it's a little bit of the. It does tell the actual story of the show, somewhat in itself, but there's more that comes. It's not the end song of the show. It's still. Yeah.
And when did you write this one?
Oh, when did I write this one? Well, I don't know exactly what year, because it's taken me about 7 or 8 years, I reckon, in writing this show, and so I'm just trying to think what was happening at the time. I think I just got to a point where I was writing the story and went, this is because that was what would happen. I'd go, I can't get any further, I can't write any more of the story till I write a song to fit here, and then one would just drop in a miracle, the whole thing at once, and then I could go on to write the next bit. So this was part of the story where I'd had my our baby girl, Isabella, and I wanted to sort of show her, I wanted to be a role model, you know, so I started doing gigs about 3 months after she was born, and I kind of wanted to show her, I wanted to be a good role model, I wanted to be there for her, but also be a good role model and go, you can still have a life and be a person as well as a mother. And so part of that came with this, is, yeah.
What year was that?
That's a good question.
How old is your
That would
daughter?
be
She's
early,
23 now.
Yes,
so
okay.
early
Nice.
this century, I would say.
early this century. Makes a sound, don't she?
No.
She was born in 97,
She
so
was born in
it was
97.
probably 2000 something,
Yeah.
4, 5.
That's good that you sort of thought like that just after you had your daughter, to say, you know, okay, I've had my daughter and I'm going to go out there and be a role model, like you said, positive role model, do your things,
Yes.
do what makes you happy.
Yes.
Make what makes you happy, then you can make your child happy.
Yeah.
You know, happy wife, happy mother, happy everything.
Yeah. Well, that was it. It was I
Just
wanted to
happy husband, happy man, happy everything, same.
Happy
Yeah,
child.
yeah. And I wanted to show her that it's you've got to follow what you love as well,
Yeah.
but it's balancing. It's always, for women, it's always a big thing to balance those things, work and being a mother.
That's
and a
right.
wife. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So, without further ado, shall we launch into it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just got to remember how it goes.
There was a time when I bought the story of old. Be a nice girl and do just as you're told. Stay in your place, smile on your face, and no big ideas. Keep your mouth shut and wipe away those tears. When I was alone, I would dream of a new life. Prince in shining armor would take me for his wife. A love full of passion, so deep and so profound. Girl becomes a woman, her shackles now unbound. Emancipate a woman, I got my eye on the prize. Emancipate a woman, I ain't telling myself no lies. Emancipate a woman, I know I got my own. Emancipate a woman all the way down to the bone. But something wasn't right, somehow I wasn't free. Fear and doubt would chase me about, prejudice made me blind to see. Peasant girl, stay in your world and don't be shouting too loud. When I became a mom, wanted my daughter to be proud. I wanted to show her life is what you make it. If you face your fear, you can step right up and take it. Let go of the story that a man holds the key. The power lies within you. You can
Right. Beautiful Souzi Wilson and Steve in the studio. Now, what did you call Steve earlier? Slinky Steve?
That was it.
Actually, let's give a shout out to all the band members.
Oh yes. So in this show, I have Slinky Steve Wilson on guitar. I have Tim Basilicious Bowen on bass. I have Jack Stremple, who is an amazing young.
And who's co-wrote a lot of the songs.
He co-wrote "I Am Somebody" actually.
Yeah, in about 5 minutes.
He's amazing. So talented.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Jack Stremple, who's he's the actual.
He sat down at the keyboard and went boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's very gifted. He's gifted.
Well, it's always like that for him that quick, or is that was just
I don't know. He's just gifted.
He's pretty gifted because
he's like 23 or something, and he's just special.
And he's my MD as well.
Yeah,
and Larry Todd, who is a semaphore boy. So I don't know if you know Steve Todd, the drummer. Larry Todd is his brother.
Ben Todd is
Ben Todd. There's a family.
Lewis Todd is his son.
They lived around here.
Steve Todd plays with Bonnie in that Sade show.
Oh yeah, right.
And
yeah, I've seen the name.
I think he plays in a Fleetwood Mac thing as well, maybe, or Carole King. Carole King.
Nice.
So Larry Todd. So we sometimes swap about different band members. Steve and Larry are always in it, and Tim. Yeah. But sometimes we have Jack, and sometimes we have James Muller, another guitar player.
Guitar player extraordinaire.
Guitar player extraordinaire. Yes. So yeah, that's who's in the show at this particular time.
And it's a 1 hour show.
1 hour 10.
Yeah,
just like a standard like cabaret show. Yeah.
Were you? So you said you didn't do. Okay, did you do the Fringe last year?
No, I was meant to do it for Cabaret Fringe.
Yeah,
I booked it
at
Lexus, but COVID happened and.
Because the Fringe was still going. I think COVID was just after Fringe. Well, just at the tail end of Fringe.
I wasn't ready to do it for Fringe.
Yeah,
I thought, I didn't want to do it for Fringe actually back then. I wanted to do it for Cabaret.
Cabaret, yeah.
And then I can't remember why I didn't want to do it for Fringe, but anyway, I'm really happy to be doing it at this point in time.
So had you done it other years, the Fringe?
No, this is my first show.
First time.
It's first time.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And yourself?
I think I've done festival gigs. I don't know, sometime over the last 50 years.
We've done Fringe gigs, like sometimes.
Yeah, not actual shows like this.
Right.
No.
You've done it with others.
No, but we've done sometimes gigs that we're doing get listed as a Fringe gig.
Oh, like separately, sort of.
So it's just the band playing our regular stuff.
Things,
we should also mention that we're on this Friday at Cafe Komodo, just as a 4-piece. And it's a cute little cafe in Prospect. It's really great. It's kind of very New Orleans kind of. It's very rustic and we love it. People there are really
they're fantastic.
Warm. The people, Andrew who runs it's wonderful. Staff are great, but also the people that come along. It's really intimate and it's very. It's like playing in your lounge room or something.
It's to sit down and play, which I like.
And they're great. Really receptive. It's lovely playing to receptive audiences.
Is that a regular thing?
We played about once a month-ish. Yeah. And then the next one after that would be the Gilbert, maybe.
Sunday afternoon.
That's not till Anzac Day though, but that's lovely. I love that venue too, Gilbert Street Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, but people can look us up on. They can find me on Facebook as Souzi D. Wilson.
So your music
page, yes.
Music page.
Or you can look up the
Souzi D.
website.
Wilson.
Yeah, Souzi D. Wilson and the Cool Mints. I've got Souzi D. Wilson website.
That's right.
I've got Souzi D. Wilson and the Cool Mints.
That's right.
Yeah, so the Cool Mints is the band. Yeah, Souzi and the Cool Mints. Yeah. I didn't bring that CD. So there's lots of ways they can find me, but if they like the page, then they'll get to find out what gigs are coming up. And also, did we mention we're giving these away today?
You can do that now.
Yeah. So we're giving away these CDs, which is not the show, but all original tunes nevertheless, and lots of inspiring songs on there. Rise Up, the first one, was written specifically when I was doing that work with those women, and it really became our anthem, and we'd all sing this one together at the end and really get us going. Yeah, it's a good one. Today, Bianca was going to play I'm a Woman, which was the original ending to the show, but I wrote another new one that's away, fun forever.
Is that,
But the giveaway is you just call in.
Yeah,
That's the
just call in. Or they can message yourself or me.
Yep.
As an option, because I'm finishing on air in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, but they could still ring the station.
Yes.
But there's no one on after me. It goes on automatic.
Okay, well maybe can we leave them here and they can...
Oh, yes, we can do that. We can do that. Yes, and
Yeah.
when I'm here on Tuesdays, and
Yeah.
they can come and pick it up.
Maybe wait
Or
for
they can
Tuesday
pick
to do it.
they can pick it. Actually, I can leave them on the front desk,
Yep.
and they can pick them up anytime because Tuesday
Okay.
might not be suitable for people. So they can come in at any time with
Sure.
working hours.
And if you're getting a CD, please give us a like on Facebook. Souzi D. Wilson and the comments. That's on the bottom of here. I'm going to go right up close for that. Where's the camera?
And just down a bit.
There we go.
Down
So
a bit.
there's the down
Put it down a bit more. More.
Oh, I think close.
Oh, you got that.
Yeah. Yeah, give us a like on Facebook, and if you see the show and if you can share, that's even better still. We're very grateful.
Yeah, awesome. I will just give the number. It's 84493007. If people want to ring when we say goodbye, I won't be able to answer the phone now, but when we finish off in a few minutes, you can give me a call and we can organise something. And if I'm not here, you can just call any time through the week, and that will be there for you with your name on it. So how many you got?
What is one? You got that one?
I've got mine.
Five.
Perfect.
Five to give away.
So call or message myself
Yes.
on Messenger.
Yep.
And do you want people to message you or email you from your Facebook site? Does that work?
If I'm leaving these here, it's not.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
yeah, I'll just do it through
do
here if
that.
that's okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
Message
I
me.
need more work
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah. Message me, Bianca Vlahos on Messenger, or give us a call anytime through the week and pick it up anytime.
Fantastic.
Any last words to the listeners? Anything else
Thank you for
want to
having us on. We're so
yes,
grateful to be
yes,
here.
indeed.
Yeah.
add? And we did say that maybe have you back on again to chat about something else.
Yes, I'd be happy to come back and talk about bone therapy.
But that's a huge topic. We can't even talk a little bit
Oh,
about it
it's
now, can
huge.
we?
No, honestly, if I got started, you'd never get rid of me.
And I'll start asking questions, and then we'll be here forever. So, but that's okay. I would be here forever, but I finish off in 2 minutes. So, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Let's throw us on. Thank you so much. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's just put a little song on.
Oh, that's a steely
All
Dan.
right. Thanks.
Wonderful.
Oh, oops. Let me put your song. That's what
Oh.
we're going to do.
I don't want to hear him.
Thank you so much.
Oh!
Whoa.
Shall we have some of these here as well? The pamphlets of the show?
We'll put one up
Oh, okay.
because the others I don't know what.
I don't know whether to leave them in things, whether they should.
You can leave them, but just I'll stick one of these up here.
Yeah.
Actually, can you give me one more of these so I can put it at the other station as
Of
well?
course. I could have
Two.
Oh, I've got posters.
And then
if
we
you
can
want.
leave them here. People are going to message me.
I'm just wondering whether to leave them this. The ones that take this might want a.
Oh yeah,
Of the
actually,
show.
do that,
Yeah.
do that.
Do you want?
I just want to give you a message from Alan because he put something here. He wrote something. Sorry, what were you saying? Do I?
I've actually got.
Alan Valon.
Yeah.
I've actually got
Really good
A3
guy.
poster if you prefer for your station.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll go and grab from
So Alan says, "Hey Steve and Susie, great to see
What a day.
and
Nice.
hear you. Way cool sound, Steve. Who would ever peg you as a coffee will?"
As a
He's
what?
a great guy.
He's
he's a-
the best.
He's a fantastic guitar player.
Oh my gosh!
He's
And he says,
incredible.
"Good luck with the show." Yeah, he joined
Thank you. That's lovely.
he joined a PBFM yesterday
Oh,
with
okay.
with another musician,
Yeah, he's
flamenco.
amazing. He's amazing.
Oh, I was
With
watching
Mike
his
Bevan?
hands.
Do you know Mike Bevan?
Was it with Mike?
No, with
They do
Roshan.
some
Roshan.
nylon string duo things together.
Oh, he's in a few shows this year. The
Yes,
Fringe
he
too.
is. Yes, he is.
So
I
this is
talked to
great
him
work.
today.
Steve, I'm just going to grab a couple of posters out the car.
I
There's a-
hate him. I was really sick when we recorded this.
So if you want to really, so if you want to say goodbye here, what?
Oh, that's all in the
That's
show.
I can come in and do an interview about my liver transplant.
Oh, sorry, we're running away with
So if you want to say
it.
ciao ciao here.
Thank you.
Ciao ciao.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us. Ciao, everybody. Please come to the show.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now,